It's crazy. That's just crazy. It's not clear what the call for crypto is, but it looks like the crypto bull run is about to start up again, which is good news. First, let's hear from Cyprus. JP Morgan Chase, one of the biggest banks in the US, has paid $38 billion or $995 million in fines for banking stocks and other violations as new CC enforcement actions begin. This is way too funny. Remember when Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, said a few months ago that criminals, drug traffickers, money launderers, and people who don't pay their taxes are the only real people who use crypto? Well, in the last 23 years, his company has been fined an unheard of amount of money for the very crimes he says crypto is used for. That doesn't mean this doesn't happen with crypto, but it's clear that fiat currency and the Pankin gang are a lot worse than crypto bad guys. The Fed has caused so much inflation and debt that it is now out of control. Again, JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America lose $4.5 billion because they can't pay back their debts. So it starts. The USD is about to lose value, and it will soon be possible to buy important things again. XRP will be the key asset for all CBDCs around the world during this time. And we can see on the Coin Bureau that Tether, one of the biggest crypto content makers right now, has just made 1,000 USDT. As a result, more USDT is being used. The last time this happened, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of $73,000. So the rumors are getting worse of another crypto and Bitcoin rise, the star of what could be the biggest bull run yet. At the same time, we are in a very special and unique situation. Early investors like you and me and Ripple CEO Grant Gardenhouse both agreed that this is the first time in history that regular people like you and me have gotten in before. The big banks, pay close attention. I've lived in Silicon Valley for 20 years, which is a big difference. In the dot-com bubble, professional investors were the first to buy in. Then, regular people bought in and drove up prices. This is a big difference from what's happening now. It's been the exact opposite here. People who are just interested in trading and speculating are already interested in the market. Now, big money is starting to come in. The reason these institutions need to move as much crypto capital as possible and as quietly as possible is because this is big news. They don't want to fall behind. They do not want you to know this. As I say that, pay attention to how they talk about moving to blockchain technology in this chat with Citibank, a big Ripple partner. They want to go beyond just messaging and see the real value in the network. The last time we heard something like this was from Glenn Hutchins, a man who worked for former President Bill Clinton and talked about Ripple's worth in this interview. Since its real value lies in its protocol, it's clear that CITI agrees that we need to move to this new monetary system and use Ripple and XRP. Pay close attention. The deal will happen between my bank, your bank, and the central bank. This is because your bank will only take on the extra $100 in debt if it gets an equal amount of assets from the central bank. In today's model, this means that we're basically updating. Message 3 balance sheets, 3 different balance sheets. We live in the message paradigm, which is the main paradigm right now. What's different is that when blockchains were created, they changed the way that value is transferred. The main difference between blockchains and regular banks is that value is stored in the network in blockchains. And there's no use for the message network these days. SWIFT is not useful. Visa, MasterCard, and the messaging platforms are all worthless. Some people talk about the possibilities of tokenization. What we're really looking into, and I hope we can talk about this in more detail, is whether we can use some parts of the shared ledger tokenization theory to make balance sheets better.